Alright guys, Kevin here. Last week I talked about how the right wing are becoming sort of NPCs also because we end up being put into these ideological echo chambers and we are talking about the same stories over and over again and just regurgitating the same talking points. And I said that I want to break away from that. I want to talk about solutions, how we can fix these problems, and I also want to talk about the big picture. And that's what I want to do today. There is this clip of this Native American man, this poor old Vietnam veteran who's being assaulted by those horrible Nazi Trump hat wearing Catholic schoolboys. Yeah, that doesn't sound right to me either. Here's the thing, the media are blowing up over this story, and in typical left-wing propaganda fashion, they are using verbatim the same words to describe this incident. The same exact stories are being cut and pasted to all of these different sites. You can see it here. And we're hearing the same narratives, that these boys were first assaulting a group of young, defenseless African-American kids, and then they saw this Native American man, and they zeroed in on him from across the Washington Mall, and they ran over there, and they jumped on him and started beating him mercilessly. Yeah, that's about what it is right now. But I'm going to show you guys something that just blows the lid off of all of it, and something everybody is overlooking. It is what I would consider the worst hate crime I've seen in a very long time. Okay, if you go by the left's definition of a hate crime, the left wing who show us all of these videos all the time of a black man and a white woman, or a white man and a black woman in conflict, and they tell us this is proof of how racist America is, even if these people are arguing over a parking spot, or, you know, the same thing could happen between a white man and a white woman, or two white men, and it wouldn't be racism. But what I'm going to show you is definitely racism, and the media are completely ignoring it. So let's check out this video.
All the people in the projects, in the ghetto.
That's right.
Bring it out.
That's right.
Pompous bastards over there wearing "Make America Great."
That's right. Little Billy.
This is the one.
Little corny ass Billy in them.
Why are you not angry at them?
Little corny ass Billy Bob.
People.
Why are you not angry at them? Okay, I'm just saying there's a lot more involved here.
This is the problem, Israel. There's always our women coming up with their loud mouth, thinking they can run and bogart things, thinking they can come and distract things with their loud ass mouth because they not used to dealing with no real men. And you think we supposed to bow down to your damn emotions when you coming to run your mouth and distract what we doing instead of coming with order and with a real dialogue. She's coming around here being wicked.
Alright, so 30 seconds into this video and you see clear-cut racism and clear-cut sexism, and I'm not going by the left's definition. Their standard's pretty low. I'm taking the even higher standard, which is Merriam-Webster definition of racism, actual racism, because the left are very nebulous when they talk about racism, and it's often non-existent when they say, oh, look at these racists over here. But here, the media talk about these young black Christian activists who are out there, you know, they're a bunch of doctoral students and they volunteer their time on the weekends, and then sometimes they go do activism, and they were harassed and harangued by these evil Trump-supporting kids. None of that's true. The only part the media got right is that they're black. They're not young, they're not innocent, and here's the best part. They are a member of a group called the Black Israelites, who are on the SPLC Hate Watch map. The Southern Poverty Law Center, the people who set the guidelines for hate speech on YouTube, on Facebook, who are always calling people on the right, like the Proud Boys, white supremacists, even though they're not by any means. But by the left's own standard, these people are no different from the Proud Boys or any of these other groups. Yet the media are defending them and lying about who these men were.
Because I'm here for peace.
Listen, and that's the reason why the white man got his foot in your ass.
That's right.
And that's the reason why
you talk like that. Because
listen, you a $5 Indian. You go over there, you $5 Indian. You ain't no child of God. You are the devil. You are fake. You are fake damn $5 Indian.
That's right.
Go that way. You're not
That's
our
right.
people. Stop trying to. You always want to take our culture.
That's right.
Just like the white man.
That's
he
right.
wants to be the Egyptians.
That's right.
He wants to be the Israelites.
Right, so I had to stop here because what you just saw is extremely important and nobody's going to touch on it. And I also want to talk about solution as promised. So what you just saw in that clip were the three black activists, the ones the media lied about, who said They were just innocent youth Christian activists who were attacked by these evil Trump-supporting Nazi kids. Well, in this video, those black Israelites, they are attacking Native American activists, doing the very thing the media is accusing these Trump-supporting kids of doing. The difference is those Trump-supporting kids didn't do any of the stuff the media are accusing them of. And you can see for yourself. You can go watch the clip. I'm not going to show it to you because there are a million other YouTubers talking about that. But go look at the clip of those kids. The worst thing they did was chant the Seminole chant from Florida State. You know, the oh, that thing. Anyway, here's the problem. The media, since yesterday, have written hundreds of articles accusing these kids of being Nazis, of terrorizing Native American activists, and all these other slanderous things. And these kids are now in danger. And I can tell you as a parent, if somebody put my kid in danger, they'd be done. Okay? And these people need to be done. All right? The parents of these kids need to man up. They need to grab their balls, grab their phones, and call lawyers. And we need to rally around these kids. They need class action suits against all of these people in the media who are slandering these kids. And here's the thing. This isn't the only example just this week. Earlier this week, there were several news stories lying about a kid who made a prom invitation with a Nazi joke, calling him a Nazi because he made a Nazi joke. And the school, in that case, and the school in the case of these kids, did not stand behind the kids. Neither did the church, by the way. And we know the church is a problem. I've talked about it before, how the church is completely subverted by communists, godless atheists, and people who want to push an agenda. So we must rally behind these kids. You know, normally I'm pretty chill. It takes a lot, I mean a whole lot, for me to lose my temper. But right now, seeing this, it makes me want to do the whole rah! Alex Jones thing where I pull my shirt off. Because what we're seeing is the left sending us a very clear message that our kids are fair game. That they have no problem slandering our children, putting them in danger, and destroying their lives just like they try to destroy our lives for the crime of holding a political belief that is not PC or that is dissident to theirs. And it's unacceptable. So what can we do about it? Well, first of all, if you're a lawyer or you know somebody who is a lawyer, reach out to these families. Offer them counsel. And do it for free because they're going to have lots of expenses moving forward. And that's the second thing we can do. Set up a GoFundMe. Because not only will these people and these kids have legal issues, but the left will try to destroy their lives. So many of these kids may not be able to get jobs anytime soon. We may need to do what we can to support them all the way through, the college education if they can get into a college. And finally, and that sort of speaks on the last thing I talked about, is the right to be forgotten. This is something that is sort of a new concept. It's in some tests in Europe right now where they're testing it in the court system. But the right to be forgotten basically says that you have the right to get a job and make a living, do what you have to do, free from consequences of old social media posts. Because right now in clown world, the way things are going, 20 years from now, you might get the death penalty for something you typed on Facebook last year. The left, the way they're pushing us towards this authoritarian PC state, who knows? So this right to be forgotten is very important. And I think it's something that we need to meme into existence here.
Hey.
So we didn't sell.
Won't y'all come up and ask a question, Billy? Don't stand to the side and mock. Bring y'all crack ass up here and make a statement. Tell them come over here in the lion's den. Instead of mocking over there. You little dirty ass crackers, your day coming. Your day coming.
Okay, so let's do a little exercise here. I'm going to reverse this situation. But I won't be able to use the words that I should be able to use because YouTube will take the video down if I do. So I'm going to use the word ninja. But that just speaks to the whole absurdity of all this, that YouTube won't even let me use a specific word with no animosity in it whatsoever, but we'll keep this video up where the guy's calling these people crackers, honkies, and threatening them. Anyway, let's do the exercise. Come on up here, Tyrone. Bring your ninja ass up here. You dirty ass ninjas. You ninjas, your day coming. Now, if somebody said that, if it was in reverse, and what you just saw in the clip was a white guy saying that same thing to a black man, it would be the biggest news story in the country all day, every day, for the next half a year. So, why is it nobody's talking about this? Well, of course we know why, because the media, they don't want to talk about it. But I'm going to, and I hope you will share this video, and I hope you will get other people talking about this. Because here you have clear racists threatening people based on race, committing a hate crime, and yet the media is fixated on white kids in Trump hats. Okay, so I don't want to show you any more of the video. It's a very long video, and believe it or not, it even gets worse than what you saw. So I'll link it below so you can see the whole thing. But before I end this video, I want to talk about a few more solutions, because solutions are important. And I've said before that the rallies are not getting us anywhere. Okay, I like rallies. I enjoy going there, and they're great for us to meet like-minded people, but they don't have any effect anymore. I mean, for God's sakes, we can have the biggest, most successful rally ever, like the March for Life was this weekend, where thousands of young women showed up as activists for life, and the media ignores them. And instead, they focus on the Women's March, which is anti-life and anti-woman. And the only thing you hear about the March for Life is this negative story where they're accusing these kids who attended it of being Nazis. One thing we can do that relates to this story is we can run for school board. You know, many of these school board seats are unopposed. The Democrats run candidates, but Republicans aren't running candidates. You know, that's because the Democrats are committed to activism. So they run candidates everywhere, constantly. And that's how you end up with 37-year-old cat ladies with no kids on school board seats. So all you have to do really is just run as a parent and you'll beat them, because that could be your whole campaign strategy. I'm a parent, this person's a cat lady. What does she know about schools? And you can win. So all you have to do is go to your local GOP office. Usually it's the one located in the parish or county seat, and find out when the next election is and what you have to do to run for office. And they will help you do that. Guaranteed. The other thing we need to do is get involved in our kids' lives. Go to the PTA meetings. Go to the local school board meetings. And voice concern when you see things like this. Voice concern when you see the left-wing propaganda in your kids' homework. And I tell you what, guys, if we get involved in our kids' lives and we try to drop some red pills on their friends from time to time, we will raise kids that will turn out like these kids are. And I tell you what, if that was my child on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial in a Trump hat, oh, I would be the proudest father in the world. I mean, I already am, but you know what I mean. Those kids, geez, their parents, if they were like me, they would just be elated from this. And I would look for the excuse to go after my kid's school. You know, so anyway, we need to do what we can, guys. We need to protect this generation and the future generations and make sure that they can voice these beliefs and that they hold the right beliefs. Anyway, I'm out, guys. Like and subscribe to the channel. You can donate at patreon.com/Hail Hydra. I bought a microphone, but I still haven't got it yet. Well, I did get it, but then I bought another one because this one sucked. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm putting that money to use. I'm out, guys.